Welcome to Killer Bee Fitness. This is an instructional video on how to use the Cycleops power meter indoor bicycle trainers. These are top-of-the-line indoor bicycle trainers. They offer watts in the form of power and cadence, and they show a lot of information that allows us to give you a more specific workout that will really show you the results every single time. Okay, so getting on these machines, it's important that it's set up right for you. These little yellow handles will loosen, and they'll allow me to, I want to get it fairly loose and allow me to slide the seat up and down. Okay, I'm fairly tall, so I'm going to go right there. I know what my setting is already. It's something we will help you with. We turn this all the way, and now if this is sticking out that way, I don't want it sticking that way because it's going to hit my foot or hit my leg. So I want to pull it out and just twist it. Now this is not tightening or loosening it, that is just twisting it. It's like a ratchet. It's just twisting it so I can set it back. Okay, same thing on this one. I want to turn it, loosen it up, push it back a little bit because I know where my setting is, and I'm going to tighten it up. Okay, twist it, get the ratchet set. There's one here as well. I'm going to twist, and I can move this out a little bit, and we can tighten it up again. So getting these set up might take 30 seconds to a minute. This one looks pretty good for me, but there's a loosen handle here if you needed it. This is the knob to control the tension, which at the same given RPM will affect your watts and your power. So to get onto the bike, first thing I want to do is step over the lowest part of the bike, put my foot over, and now I'm like that. My feet are flat on the ground. I'm going to step on the lowest pedal. The lowest pedal is on the left side. If it was this side, I would step on this side. And I'm just not going to put my foot in the cage yet. I'm just going to step on, sit on the bike. Okay? Now it's time to put your feet in the cages. The straps might need to be loosened up a little bit. I can put my feet in the cage. This one too. The strap tightness is right there. I can push that little guy, put my foot in the cage, make sure that's lined up, and then give that a nice snug pull. I want my feet fairly snug. Okay, let's go over some technique. I want to have my knees always going straight forward. Okay, that will give my muscles and my legs the best position to provide power and a nice, smooth, consistent stroke. We want to avoid sticking the knees out like this. If we do this, it puts a lot of excess stress on the knees, and we want to try to avoid that. So my knees are in, my feet are in a neutral position. I don't want to be pushing with my tiptoes. If I do this, it provides an improper technique, and we don't use the right muscles in our legs to continue the stroke in an efficient way. I want to keep my heels fairly low. Sometimes it even helps to try to drive the heel down in the beginning because there's a tendency to do that. So heels stay kind of neutral. So when I'm spinning around, my heels are neutral. Now notice my knee. My knee is bent about 20 degrees, 25 degrees, with my heel fairly low. That's what I want. I don't want a knee bent that's too much at the end of the stroke, because then my knees won't elongate and provide the most amount of power that I can. So the legs, knees are going straight forward. I have a nice, smooth stroke, imagining like there's a pencil sticking out of my foot and I'm drawing a circle on the wall, nice, smooth circle. So it's not just a push, it's also a pull. It's a push and a pull. I'm making a smooth circle. As far as my back goes, I want my chest to be sticking forward and my head is in line with my spine. That will provide my neck with the best position so that I can avoid some of the pitfalls of cycling with neck pain and low back pain. In the beginning, you may still get some because your muscles are working, they're getting used to it. But I'm going to sit nice and tall, my chest goes forward. I want to avoid doing this. If I do this and look down, now I'm just going to put my body in a position that's going to aggravate the muscles and the low back and the neck. My shoulders try to relax. I don't want to hunch my shoulders up. I try to relax and stay loose. My arms are loose and relaxed. And my chest is sticking forward. And I'm really hinging from my hips here, not from my low back. I don't want to sit up and do this. This isn't a very good position for a bike. I want to be here, and I want to keep a nice, smooth spin. This is a seated position. When I start to stand, I want to apply a little more resistance. And when you stand, it can be very tricky for a beginner, but when I stand, I want to try to imagine like I'm sitting in a chair while I'm standing. Let me demonstrate. So if I stand, I'm kind of sitting in a chair while I stand. And I have a slight bounce to my body, but I'm not going like this. If I do this, I'll have a very jerky motion in my legs, and I won't be able to provide smooth power. So I want a nice, smooth consistency. My foot is drawing a circle on the wall, and I'm really feeling the workout in my quads right here, which is where I want. Okay, I would sit back down, I can lighten the tension a little bit, and we can keep spinning. So it's a fairly simple technique on the bike, but we want to make sure to avoid some of the improper positioning and mistakes that can provide for not a very good, fun workout. This was the technique demonstration on the Cyclops power meters at Killer Bee Fitness. Thank you very much.